Entire cities lost in darkness, sealed tunnels, concealed chambers, and hidden temples pressed beneath the earth for centuries. These 4 ancient underground worlds were not legends. Archaeologists have uncovered their labyrinths, their mummified secrets, and their forgotten rituals, often behind walls never meant to be opened again. Why were such immense realms intentionally hidden, and what remains sealed in the shadows today? The answers begin deeper than anyone imagined. The first underground world lies beneath the sands of Egypt. The first underground world. Entire structures lie beneath the desert, tunnels and chambers sealed for centuries, some never meant to be found. The first underground world stretches beneath the desert plateau at Tuna, el-Gebel. Here, a labyrinth of stone corridors winds for nearly 8 kilometers, each passage lined with niches that once held millions of mummified animals. Unlike the tombs built for kings, these galleries were sealed with thick layers of plaster, some untouched since the age of the Ptolemies. In 2019, Dr. Mohammed El-Sayadawi and his team detected a mysterious void behind a wall 30 centimeters thick using ground-penetrating radar. With care, they drilled through the ancient seal, releasing air that had not moved in over 2,000 years. Inside, they found hundreds of ibis mummies, perfectly wrapped in linen, their feathers and bones preserved by ritual embalming. El-Sayadawi's field notes describe the moment as euphoric caution. Every sample was bagged and logged within hours to protect it from sudden exposure. Zoo archaeologists use CT scans and radiocarbon dating to confirm the age and the technique of mummification. Most of the birds had been carefully dried with natron, their bodies arranged for ritual deposit. The scale of the operation is staggering. Millions of ibises bred and prepared for offerings to the god Thoth, stored in galleries that branch and descend, many still unexplored. Some corridors remain too unstable to enter, their contents mapped only by radar and remote imaging. Conservation teams now work under strict protocols, logging every artifact and resealing chambers to limit damage from air and humidity. The sheer number of animal mummies raises questions about the purpose and logistics of such a vast cult economy. Inscriptions and papyri hint at priestly administration, but the full extent of the labyrinth is still being revealed. From a single breached corridor, the sense of scale grows, a network so immense that new chambers are still being discovered. But what they found next was unexpected. The second underground world winds beneath the busy streets of Rome, where more than 150 kilometers of tunnels form a hidden city of the dead. Here, the walls are lined with thousands of narrow tombs, each carved to hold a single body, stacked in tiers that reach toward the low ceilings. In the dim corridors, inscriptions in Latin and Greek record the names, professions, and prayers of early Christians, some etched with trembling hands, others painted in red ochre that still clings to the stone after 17 centuries. In the mid-19th century, Giovanni Battista de Rossi began tracing these silent records, convinced the catacombs held the true story of Rome's earliest Christian communities. With sketches and careful notes, he persuaded Pope Pius IX to grant papal protection, halting looters and unregulated digging. De Rossi's team cataloged more than 4,000 inscriptions, using the language, iconography, and even the style of lettering to reconstruct the lives buried here. Epigraphic dating methods, now aided by 3D scanning, continue to reveal new names and connections, families, guilds, and martyrs whose stories had faded from memory. Frescoes, hidden for centuries behind mineral crusts, have been coaxed back into view under ultraviolet light. Scenes of the Good Shepherd, fish, and banquet tables hint at rituals and beliefs that shaped a persecuted faith. In the catacomb of Domitilla, 4 levels of galleries descend into the earth, each layer marking a new phase of communal burial and remembrance. Some corridors remain sealed or barred, protected by the Pontifical Commission to preserve fragile pigments and prevent vandalism. Access is tightly controlled, with biometric security and motion sensors guarding the most vulnerable chambers. The scale of this subterranean world dwarfs any single necropolis, a network that once sheltered not only the dead, but the living, gathering in secret to honor their martyrs. The next site goes even deeper. 18 meters beneath Naples, ancient stone tunnels stretch in every direction. The oldest passages were carved by Greek settlers in the 4th century BCE, their chisel marks still visible on the yellow tuff. Centuries later, Roman engineers expanded these quarries into a vast system of cisterns and aqueducts, channeling fresh water to the city above. Masonry arches and brick-lined vaults reveal their layered history, each era leaving its own blueprint behind. In 2023, a full 3D laser scan mapped over 3,000 square meters of these chambers, exposing hidden stairwells and forgotten reservoirs that had vanished from city plans. The survey captured not only the geometry of the ancient tunnels, but also the scars left by more recent struggles. During World War II, the underground became a refuge. Allied bombs shattered the city's surface, sending thousands below. Wartime diaries preserved in the Naples State Archives describe the daily life of families like the Espositos, bread rations at dawn, the echo of sirens, and the uneasy silence after each air raid. On some nights, as many as 500 people crowded into the caverns, sleeping on wooden planks and stone ledges. Children played near the cisterns while parents sang hymns to steady their nerves. The solidarity forged underground became a lifeline. Neighbors shared food, cared for the sick, and waited for the all-clear. The thick stone muffled the chaos above, but every tremor reminded them how fragile their shelter really was. Modern engineering studies confirm the complexity of this network. Greek quarry walls blend into Roman brickwork, and wartime additions, makeshift bunks, faded warning signs, still cling to the damp walls. Each layer tells a story of survival and adaptation, from ancient engineers to families huddled together in the dark. Subscribe to unfold the truth for more stories like this. New documentary videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. And the final location may be the most mysterious of all. Beneath the city's concrete and glass, a stone chamber sits in silence. This is the Mithraeum, a secret Roman temple, its entrance once hidden below the busy streets. The air hangs damp and still. Benches run along the walls, facing a narrow aisle that leads to a carved altar. At the far end, a relief shows Mithras killing a bull, the Tauroctony. This image, found in Mithraea across the empire, is the cult's central mystery, repeated but never fully explained. Archaeologists document every detail. Benches worn by countless initiates, the altar blackened by ancient fires, the tight layout designed for secrecy. Unlike the grand temples above ground, Mithraea were always hidden, their doors closed to outsiders. Written records are scarce. Scholars therefore turn to the arrangement of benches, the iconography, and the traces left behind. Some argue the benches hosted ritual meals, echoing the legendary feast of Mithras and the sun god. Others see evidence of 7 initiation grades, each linked to a planet, their order suggested by inscriptions and the wear on the stone. In 1954, workers digging in London uncovered the Walbrook Mithraeum. W.F. Grimes, leading the excavation, faced a dilemma. Developers planned to demolish the temple for new offices. Grimes pleaded for preservation, writing to the Ministry of Works. He warned, "The Temple of Mithras is one of the most important Roman discoveries in London. To destroy it now would be a tragedy unequaled in the history of London archaeology." The public response was overwhelming. Thousands lined up for a chance to see the chamber before it disappeared. A compromise followed. The temple was dismantled and relocated, but its original setting was lost. Grimes called it a necessary sacrifice, yet the debate over preservation and progress lingers. Today, moisture and urban pressure threaten these fragile sites. Conservationists struggle to protect carvings and painted plaster from the weight above. Some Mithraea are reburied, their secrets locked away. Others remain open but tightly controlled. The benches, the altar, the silent Tauroctony. These fragments hint at ritual, but the heart of Mithras's mystery remains sealed in stone. Beneath our cities, entire worlds remain sealed in stone, unexplored, yet undeniably real. Each excavation rewrites what we know about the human past and what we still might uncover. As new technology reveals more, the Earth keeps its secrets, reminding us that history is never truly finished. Thanks for watching.